This story. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Blitz, and hold up, let me full screen this joint, cause All right, so real quick, this is But TRU's caught fapping in school. This dropped a week ago. He also dropped another vid today. So like TRU is, I guess TRU's getting consistent again. That's cool. So we're gonna watch this joint. Like, subscribe, share. Let's just get to the video. Let me make sure everything's okay.
In the middle of the classroom. He's only monitoring one side of the room, the people that are sitting in the desks in front of him. Guess what they happen to catch a glimpse of? Yup. Next thing I hear is detention is bullshit. You're sitting there in an abandoned classroom with a staff member that doesn't really want to be there, maybe a gym teacher or something like that, or an art teacher, and they're just beyond teaching you anything about how you got there in the first place, and instead of lecturing you onto the right path, you just have to awkwardly stare. You're looking at them, and they're
Like I've never had like detention in high school. I only had it in middle school after it was like this little squabble or whatever. And then I'm seeing it, I'm like, bro, why am I here again? Because the thing is, they didn't even allow you to do your work there, bro. And it was during lunch. And it was like lunch recess detention. So you literally got your lunch and had your lunch in the detention room while everyone went out for recess. I'm like, bro, why are we like actually here and not able to do work? So I was just like, oh, am I at least able to do my work? Can I get some work or something? But it's like, but if you didn't bring it in prior, you couldn't do it. And then even when I brought it in prior, they were like, no, just go return it and then come back right now. And if you don't come back, you're coming in for another day. So I'm like, whatever. I'm not trying to come in another day. So I went in. So I went. Like, why won't you let me do my work at least? If I'm there for like at least an hour, let me do my work. Like, seriously.
looking at
I
you,
want it
and it
done,
is
bro.
just so boring, bro. One day I was one of those troubled youth, I guess. I was never really a problem, so I never really ended up in detention, but one day I did get it for disrespecting a classmate. By which I mean, of course, there was a girl in my class acting like a spoiled bitch, and I told her, yo, you're acting like a spoiled bitch. And I guess
Yeah.
my teacher didn't appreciate me telling the truth too much, because that's how I ended up in detention. Sitting there, thinking about my mistakes with the other asshole students. Among the students, there was this kid named Micah. Micah was your
That's probably middle school. Cause I guarantee, I'm saying this, they're not gonna fry. They're not gonna hit you with that. I guess fry. They're not gonna like hit you with that for high school, bro. They're not gonna hit you with that for high school, bro. Like, oh God, like there's nothing like. Like, bro, they sure you're called out for cursing in high school, but even if you curse at someone, like I literally was in a class where this dude was like, "Nah, fuck you." The teacher was like, "Hey, language there." They didn't get on their ass for getting on something. I remember the other class. This teacher was like, and he was like, "Oh, you're just a." And oh, this person called the other one a bitch, and I'm just like, oh, what happened to them? I'm just like, why did you do that? And then they gave a reason. He just like, all right, don't do it in my class at least. Like they should not get you for that.
average stuck-up born wealthy kid. I would insert a long-ass list of all the things he usually does, but all you need to know is he was a class clown. Everybody's had that guy in their class that would do anything for the sake of a laugh, even at the inconvenience of other people. You guys know that one student that somehow always ends up getting in trouble at school, but you can kind of tell their parents don't do shit about it because they're in the same situation again and again? Micah
Yep.
was that kid. So there I was, in detention, staring at the clock, watching hours and hours be shaved off of my life for telling the truth. I look over to where Micah was sitting, and to my surprise, he looked really focused on his work. He was sitting diagonal from me at the time, so I couldn't really tell what he was getting up to, but he looked really focused, so good for him. Maybe he's trying to change his ways. Turn over a new leaf. I can respect a man willing to change. Change his life. Changes Wait, what is he doing? Oh God, please. Please tell me he's not doing that right now. I didn't want to believe my eyes, but he was pulling on his pork in the middle of the classroom. You see, from the angle that I could see, there wasn't a single sheet of paper on his desk that he could have been focusing on writing so hard. But like his arm was moving up and down on the genital vicinity. And I myself have done those motions enough times to notice when somebody else is doing those motions. First of all, my good son, it is way too quiet in this classroom for that. When you're riding on the hog, you got about 3 minutes tops before it starts making splashing noises. Secondly, school is about to let out in like 4 hours. You really can't wait? But if you, sir, are gonna be dumb enough and disrespectful enough to do this in front of everybody's face, then you must not care about getting caught that badly. So mission objective at this point. Not only...
I'll say the story right now. I'm only 5 minutes on this recording. I don't care. Bro, this is what happened, right? Bro. So I'm literally so listen, right? I usually don't take a shit in the bathroom. But this one day, I did have to take a shit. So I literally go and I take a shit. I'm there taking a shit, and these juniors or sophomores walk in. I just know they're not freshmen. Like, I can tell they're not freshmen. But I know they're lower classmen because seniors wear polos or blazers, right? So I know they're lower classmen and stuff, right? So then, I hear these people go like, yo, I'm still shocked to this day because I went to a Catholic high school. It doesn't mean anything, but I think at least people would have respect for God or the people who believe in God. And they straight up said, "Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I low key be I low key be busting one in the urinal on some days." I'm like, huh? I'm just sitting there trying to take a shit in peace, watching whatever the fuck I was watching. I was probably low-key watching a TFT video or something. I'm not gonna lie. Because this was around the time I was also starting to seriously get into TFT. Like, I was low-key probably watching a Shirku video. And next thing I know, niggas are saying they busted a nut in the fucking urinals. In this Catholic fucking high school! Like, what? That's when I was even more disgusted to even use those that's when I was even more disgusted to use those bathrooms. That's when I was even more disgusted by the lower classmen. Because I already knew a lower classman who was talking about some crazy shit that I'll tell you another time. But, like, the fact that they then said that on top of it, it's like, bruh, you're that horny you can't just wait to go home? Damn.
Am I gonna get this asshole caught who's been giving me shit all year, but he's gonna get me out of detention in the process. So I pull out some notebook paper, right? Oh my god, okay, sorry. I always get excited when I think about this. So I pull out some notebook paper, I write down a meticulous and well thought out note to give to the teacher. After I'm done writing it, I get up and ask the teacher if I'm allowed to go to the bathroom. He of course goes, no. You'll go to the bathroom during regularly scheduled bathroom time, and that is not for another 10 minutes. Please take your seat. And I knew he wasn't gonna let me go to the bathroom. That was just an excuse for me to leave the note behind when I left. After I take my seat, he picks up the note and reads it. After reading the note, he balls it up and throws it in the trash, which I'm also fine with. Everything is still going to plan. A bunch of other students looked up as I was walking back to my seat, and guess what they happened to catch a glimpse of? Yup, you guessed it, Micah is still over there stroking and rowing his own boat. Except this time, he's put a backpack over himself, because, yo, you know, a backpack over it just makes it invisible. And I guess I can't call him a complete idiot because he is looking up to make sure the coast is clear. But here's the problem with that. He's only monitoring one side of the room, the people that are sitting in the desks in front of him. However, there is a whole second side of the room, the people in the desk behind him. Right, so now we are in the clear because I got half the classroom looking at this dude. I pull out my notebooks and pretend like I'm being a diligent student, and I'm just waiting for the chaos to happen. Because just to back it up for a second, that note that I gave the teacher earlier went like this. Dear Mr. Awesome Handsome Teacher Man, I'm not one to usually get detention in the first place, but the reason I got sent here is because there was a student touching themselves inappropriately in class No one has given me the time to explain this to them, and when I tried to say something about it, I got sent to detention for disrupting the class instead of being listened to. Now, I don't want to rat out a fellow classmate, but I would like for you to keep your eyes open just in case it happens again, because that would be awful. To this day, the biggest mindfuck I've ever pulled in my life. To this day! Because guess what? Next thing I hear is... Gym teacher bolts out of his seat. Everybody in the class is like either laughing or screaming right now. I pretend to be caught off guard. I'm like, huh? What happened? Oh, you strike again, do you? You gotta stop doing this, Micah. It's unacceptable. The teacher rushes over to him, grabs him by the back of his neck, and starts pulling him out the classroom. Everybody is losing their shit right now. He turns around, looks at me and says, you with the crazy hair, go back to class. Mission accomplished. Actually, I probably didn't even need to work that hard because they ended up letting all the students go. But at least I got let out first. Still a very glorious day indeed. And you know what my next class was? Lunch. Didn't even have to go back to class immediately. But sadly enough, I didn't really want to eat lunch because we were having hot dogs that day. Moral of the story.
Dress.
I don't know, man. People are just fucking...
What do you mean moral of the story you don't know? The moral of the story is don't beat your meat in school.
Nasty.
Alright, bro, nah. So that is but TRU's call Fapping in school. Nah, that's crazy, bro. He really pulled a 6'9" on him. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Bro, really? Bro, ratted him out and got less jail time for it. But nah, bro. That was but TRU's vid, bro. We're just gonna go ahead and give that the like. Oh yeah. Oh dude, this is doing night. See, bro, like I tell you, if bro, like I was literally thinking this the other day. TRU's videos weren't getting. Oh, TRU videos are like still pretty high cause he was consistent at one point and I was not. I always forget cause like I was when I started like watching him, he was at Loki at like 73K, and I was like, and now I'm seeing him at like 433, and I'm like, dang, it's crazy. But yeah, bro, like, subscribe, share, notification. Y'all know the deal. And with Godspeed, see ya.